Owen Warrick, senior, kicker punter.
Any longer, come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga, no, you can control yourself.
My name is Owen Warrick. I'm number 92. I'm a kicker punter. And look out for a 2007 black Honda Pilot because I failed my driver's test twice.
Owen, what does it mean to you to be an Avon Eagle?
Overall, it's culture. I think that we separate ourselves through our culture. We have a very positive culture. The whole community supports us, and that's really what it means to be an Avon Eagle, is support as a whole, and that everybody, Avon as a whole is a team, and we step behind this team, and hopefully we succeed.
What's it like on a Friday night coming out of this locker room and going through the tunnel and coming into that electric atmosphere?
It's different. I never really did anything like that. I never experienced that. I never really went to many football games as a kid because I was a soccer player. That first Friday night my sophomore year, I remember it was different because there's 6,000-7,000 people here, and it's electric. You know, kids want to shake your hand and all that, and it's interesting. Certainly, it's very, very fun though.
You're a dual varsity player, play soccer and football. What's that like, balancing both sports?
It can be challenging, but I have very lenient coaches. Coach Dory, my soccer coach, and all my football coaches, they're very, very lenient with practice times and games and all that. I go on the bus rides for soccer, and I go to football practice whenever I can. And so it can be challenging, but overall it's probably the best decision I ever made was to play two sports in high school.
Why is that?
It's different, and I think that it sets me apart from other kids, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I really enjoy being able to put on an Avon jersey, whatever, soccer, football, like 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I love it, playing two sports at once.
Following in your brother's footsteps, he did the same thing, kicking and playing soccer. What did you learn from him that helped you?
So he got me into football my sophomore year because I saw him playing it, and I was like, oh, I'll do it too, you know. So he really taught me that. I mean, obviously he taught me some things about kicking and all that, but he taught me about balancing the two, soccer and football, and that's really helped me out because a lot of times I put soccer first, and then I go to football practice second. I learned a lot from him overall as to how to balance the two sports.
What do you think it is about this program that separates it from other teams in the state?
We work really hard. We have Dirty Dozens and all that, but what I think sets us apart is who's behind us, right? So we have the community as a whole, and the parents for team dinners and showing up on Fridays. Like, everybody shows up on Fridays. Our youth program, kindergarten, I believe we start football, and all the way up through high school. Like, I know kids that have been all the way up through the program since kindergarten, and it combines us as a team and makes us more into one. The last thing is the coaches. I think we have the best coaches in the country because they never give up. They somehow understand every single team what to do, exactly what to do and when to do it. So I think that the parents, the community, and the coaches set us apart as a whole.
Go back to day one when you joined the program a couple years ago. How much has everything you've experienced changed you as a person?
I think it's made me mentally stronger because kicking is very, very mental part of the sport. Because when you're kicking, it's obviously a lot of pressure, but once you get past that, it's enjoyable, very fun. So I think starting to kick has made me stronger mentally, more mentally focused, and overall improved me as a human being.
The kick against Hogan, the last second kick. What did you learn from that that's maybe motivated you to come into your senior year?
It really made me focus in the off season, strengthening my leg, and you can ask Coach Chiquetti. I throughout the off season, I was more motivated than ever to lift and get stronger. I got a little faster. Speed's not necessarily my strength, but I tried to get faster. It was obviously a bad experience, but at the end of the day, I don't want to put it all on myself because I know that I tried my hardest, and it is what it is.
If the same situation presents itself this year, you're going to put your hand up, go, Coach, put me in?
If there's no option, might as well just go out there and kick the ball. What's the worst that can happen, you know?
Everybody here on the team talks about the goals, beating Lake, winning conference, going to state. How realistic are those?
Every goal we set is realistic because, I mean, we haven't been to a state championship since 2011, but I think that every year we have shown that we have an opportunity and a chance to win the SWC, beat Lake, and then obviously win the state title. But I think this year we have a great opportunity, great chance, great players, great coaches, and everybody wants us to win. Everybody in Avon wants us to win. Maybe not the whole world wants us to win, but everybody in Avon wants us to win the state championship. And that really motivates me to, come to practice and really focus and make sure that I'm determined to help my team win the state title.
Owen Warrick, what a good story he's been. His brother kicked for us, and so once his brother kicked for us, then we were able to recruit him and kick, and I watched him continuously work at his craft. It's impressive anytime you do 2 varsity sports. He's a soccer guy who commits to his team fully and then makes a lot of time to come over and is always present at our practices. And I always tell our kickers, we need to make sure our team sees you there, because if DB gets beat deep and we lose a game, or the quarterback throws an interception, we lose a game, or a running back fumbles, we lose a game. They put in a lot of time and effort. It happens. That's part of the deal. But what they need to be able to do is see him working in his craft, so if we ever have a kick that doesn't go the way we want, everyone's going to say that's okay. He put in the time and effort like everybody else, and he has. He works really hard at his craft. He's there on Sundays kicking with our kicking coach on his own time. He makes every practice he can. As a result, I think he's one of the top kickers in our area.
How nice is it that you have this network coming from Coach Dory's squad to come and help you put balls through the uprights?
Yeah, Coach Doré and I got to Avon at the same time. We've been here 18 years, and he's had a very successful program. I'd like to believe we're very successful, and our relationship has always been fantastic. I always am cheering for Avon soccer, want them to do well, and I truly believe he feels the same way about Avon football. He'll text me before big games, I'll text him, and he shared with us some really good players. And it just speaks volumes to who he is, because there's a lot of coaches out there who say they want other teams to be successful, but he truly means it. And if it's right for a kid and something a kid wants to do, Coach Dory's always been supportive of that. So thankfully he's had some guys that have the work ethic to want to do it, because we've had a lot of really good soccer players do some kicking for us at Avon.
Has been a guy that has really become one of my really good friends in the past year or so. I've got to know him more. I see him every day in the morning, and we talk about whatever. Whenever he needs advice, I'll help him out. He's a little odd at first, to be honest with you, but you get to know him more. He's a great guy. Great guy.
How cool is that you guys embrace players from other sports that come in and play along with you?
I think it's part of the culture. It's just a natural thing, It's Coach Elder really established that since day one. Being part of a culture that really makes you play for something bigger than yourself, I think that definitely helps with bringing guys from other sports into the team and embracing them and loving them day in and day out.
Warwick, booter, whatever you call that. He's got the leg, man. It's cool to see him grow too. I've gotten a good relationship with Warwick just because holding for him for a while now, and I've got to hold for his brother a little bit, and then now him. Dude, he's getting so good right now, and especially with what happened last year, that I didn't know that motivated him so much, and he's just got to drive. He switched from having a block to no block, which just shows I don't know exactly what it does. I don't know the physics with that, but that's what his brother did, and he could boot it too. So I can just tell he's dedicated so much, and he's got to drive. He's ready.
What's the dynamic between holder and kicker?
You kind of just know each other, or almost read each other's mind. You got the connection, He knows where you're going to place it. You know when he's going to kick it. There's that specific timing. It's just like a quarterback and their cadence, And same with the snapper. You say set, and they snap it whenever they need to. And just the more you do it, the more you get in a rhythm, and you becomes more used to it, and you just get that muscle memory. But also just because it's awesome, just because every kick, it's not just him, or it's not just the holder. It's, everybody together. And so it's not just one person to congratulate. You're all hyped together. And that just really builds the culture of the team.
Owen Warrick, consistent. Always consistent with field goals. And he's a hard worker in the weight room. No one's would expect, but he's a hard worker in the weight room.
He's funny. Owen Warrick's funny. Great kicker. I mean, he's definitely, ever since that we lost, it's been a different kid. He tries really hard. He's a really hard worker on the field, and playing 2 sports in the same season is not easy, but I think he makes the most of it.
They made a movie about Owen Warrick in Hollywood. Who would stars Owen?
So a little unexpected answer. I'm gonna go with shout out Mark Wahlberg. You should come to a game sometime. It's a stadium. You know, I think it'd be nice if he was my actor. Great actor too.
What would you guys do if he ever showed up and he's in the locker room one day?
I'd like take a picture with him or something. I don't know. A great guy. You know, I watch like the Transformers movies or whatever other movies he's famous for, and but yeah, I mean, I'd love if he played Owen Warrick in a movie. I'd love to meet him too.
And wouldn't that be cool if he's like, "Welcome to my stadium"?
Hey, you should come check it out.
If you were pizza, what toppings would be on you that best describe you?
I like white box pizza in Avon. It's over by Dairy Mart, and they have a dope pickle pizza, and put grilled chicken and bacon on it. I think that it's good pizza. And I think that maybe that kind of fits my personality, you know.
If you were a superhero, who would you be?
2 answers here: Batman, or other one, Hawkeye. You know, he's like a specialist. You know, kind of like the kicker of the Avengers almost, with like a bow and arrow.
Okay, then how are you Batman?
Everybody's Batman. I'm Batman. You know, I don't sleep at night. I go out and protect the city.
Oh, so everybody in Avon should thank you for that.
Yep, everybody should thank me. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Recently, the Powerball is at $1 billion. If you had that winning ticket, what would you do with it?
I'd probably ball out with $250 million. You know, go buy houses, cars. You know, treat my mom, my grandma, grandpa, my ama, and my boppy, my aunts and uncles, everybody. Maybe my brother can get a little bit. I'll pay for his college or something. They all get stuff. I'd probably invest $250 billion. Or $250 million. Yeah.
Wow, you're getting a lot there.
$250 million. You know, nobody in Avon gets taxes for a year. You know, I'll build the schools or whatever they need. I'll probably build a nice indoor facility. You know, whatever Avon football needs, they can have. The rest of it, save my kids' college, grandkids' college. You know, make sure everybody's set. So.
You're gonna force your kids to go to college?
Trade school, whatever they want to go to.
5-10 years, what do you want people to remember Owen Warrick for?
I want them to remember me as a positive influence on the community. So, whether that means community service, I believe that Avon is a great place, and it will continue to be a great place for decades, centuries, whatever, as long as the people that are in this community, such as Avon football players, continue to stand up for the community and make sure that everybody in the community is safe, and that the community as a whole is a great place to live in. Every inch of Avon is like a great place to live in. I like for people to remember me as a positive influence on the community as a whole, and also a great teammate. I think that's a great compliment, is when people call you a great teammate for, well, that's soccer or football. So I'm a captain for the soccer team, and I'd say that that's really made me recognize how important it is to be a great teammate to everybody. Every teammate, no matter if they play the whole game or if they never see them into the game or they're a sub or whatever. So I think that being called a great teammate would be wonderful as well.
I really don't have the money for ice cream, so I hope you miss.
Ice cream, pizza. Maybe stop asking Nolan Good.
Hell better.
Maybe stop asking Nolan Good.